Alright, hello everyone. Quickly thought I'd make a settings guide for controllers. So I'm not gonna go over any of the gameplay. Need the keyboard and mouse, as I don't know much. Video, you should just have all of this on just the minimal. More about sensitivity wise, that's what I'm here for. Main things up here that I'll say is button layout. Just find something that works for you. I play claw, so I don't really need to change this. And your aim button, optional, but it should be on hold. If you play on toggle, trigger dead zones have it on none. And your menu cursor have it in mid, as it gives you quite a good range of speed if you're, for example, shield swapping to do juicy stuff. Play 4-3 linear or classic. No question there. At the end of the day, there's a reason why the pros play this, and there's a reason why I play it. You know, you can do movement, and you can be flicky if you want. So if I go over here, you can still do the zip stuff. So you can be fancy still. I don't really do it, as I'm just focusing on my aim mainly. 3 here just gives you nice consistency. That is why linear is so good. Linear is consistent. If you move about, it will always be the same thing. Well, other than if you're looking at a enemy, or then aim assist will kind of just lock on. But for ALCs, I would play a linear sequence. So this is mainly for your muscle memory. If you have something too crazy, so if you have all of these like randomly placed like that, it's kind of harder for your brain to learn. So if you're trying to find your perfect sense, that will make everything harder. And as you perfect one of your sense, then you can start looking maybe let's change that. Here on your dead zone, outer threshold and response curve, have that as minimum as you can. So I just have it all on the lowest because I can. Actually, that's not on the lowest, but it's because I get stick drift. One thing to keep in mind is if you do play the 4-3 linear or even 4-3 classic, whatever you play here, these per optics on your custom look controls affect your aim. Don't know the science behind it, but it does. I have a 1.2, as it just gives me enough room to track even if I'm up close. Now that I'm moving, I'll show you a little bit examples on why this is such a good sense. And then now I will use ALCs just to show you that you can actually use ALCs if you really want. I personally don't, but if you want to, it is possible to one clip like that, even using ALCs. Now, if you do play 4-3 linear like I do, this sense right here, 300 on here and then 130 and 110 there, is the best translation that I could get personally. So if you do want to play LCs, but you want it to feel like 4-3 linear, do this and then just have these like all the way down. Now, just some extra stuff I thought I'd mention for controller players. If you're on Xbox or PC, doesn't matter, but you have aim assist. Don't forget this. So if you're running away, say the enemy is, he will be our test subject. If I'm running away from him, right, instead of just fully running away, so if I go over there, instead of doing that, I will open, turn around, and get used to doing that, right? I got a bunch of friends, they play controller, they're really good, but that's the one thing setting them back, which is just going for the one clip. You're a controller, if you make mistakes, that's fine. You can always learn. Let's say that you don't like any of the sensitivities I've told you because it's a bit too sensitive. This is when classic comes in, as it's not sensitive to touch. So if you touch your control, like your right stick, the slightest, I'm not moving. And also you can get quite a good tracking from it, and it's classic. So most games play like this. If you're used to COD or anything like that, classic's probably your best bet at the start until you get used to it, and then you realize linear is so much better, because it is. The reason why linear is good is just because if I'm tracking, look, because of classic, it feels like I'm moving like this. Linear, because it's sensitive, I play no dead zone, so whatever I touch is what happens on my screen. So if I touch my right stick the slightest, I am moving, right? This is just sort of minor adjustments, so I'm perfectly tracking this bot. So this is why so many pros use linear and why it is the best. Another thing is, once you find your sense, once you're happy with it, you can start doing some fancier stuff. I feel like a lot of controller players forget that they can't move when looting. So if you are gonna loot, of course be in cover. Now this is not the best, but if I'm going for a quick armor swap, by the way, if you are trying to practice armor swapping, it's around this here, about the rampage. That's where an armor is, so you can practice grabbing it like this. When you hold X, when you see the halfway line right there, before it opens, jump, get a quick armor swap, and you're out. So boom, pop, I got the armor swap. Now of course in game it would be quicker, just because I don't have to hold to get armor swap in game, but you get the yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully this helped you a little bit. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, just comment and I'll try to answer them all. Have a good day.